You've been lied to about how life works. No, really. Every productivity guru, every self-help book, and every motivational speaker has told you that self-improvement is some elaborate maze of morning routines, bulletproof habits, and secret formulas. But what if I told you that life is actually way simpler than anyone wants you to believe? And that the only reason it seems so complicated is because simplicity doesn't sell courses? Stick with me for the next few minutes, because I'm going to strip away the noise, and what you learn about self-improvement today will change your perspective forever. You'll never look at your life the same way again. Watch this. Your perspective will never be the same. Before we get started, take a second to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for the Growth Mindset Project. If personal growth and real-world self-improvement matter to you, and I'm betting they do, then this is where you belong. Let's get into it. Here's life's biggest irony. Have you noticed that the more you try to control things, the less control you actually seem to get? It's one of those cruel little paradoxes, especially in your 20s, when you're convinced you need to map out every second of your future, schedule every detail, and try to predict every outcome like some Fortune 500 CEO. But life has other plans. You can organize, you can plan, but sometimes the universe chucks a curveball straight at your face. Sound familiar? That's because most of us are control freaks in denial, clinging to the illusion that we can micromanage our way to success in self-improvement. But here's what's really happening. Control is like water. The more desperately you try to grab and hold on, the faster it slips through your fingers. The ancient Stoics figured this out thousands of years ago. You only truly control two things: your actions and your reactions. Everything else belongs to life, luck, or fate. When I tried to build my own freelance business, I scripted my pitch emails, rehearsed every possible scenario, obsessed over every variable, and then got frustrated every time life didn't follow my plan. My breakthrough came when I finally realized, focus on what you can influence and let the rest go. Can you control traffic? No. But you can control when you leave. Can you change other people's opinions? Not a chance. But you can be someone worthy of respect. Self-improvement starts with letting go of the idea that you're life's CEO. You're not here to command the universe, you're here to learn how to surf its waves. And mastery doesn't mean control. It means knowing how to ride the chaos without wiping out. Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself chasing happiness, convinced that just one more milestone, a promotion, a relationship, finally figuring everything out, is all it'll take to be fulfilled? It's one of the classic traps in self-improvement. But neuroscience says you're falling for a psychological illusion. Your brain has a happiness set point. A windfall won't make you happy forever, and a setback won't doom you to gloom. 6 months after a major event, you're almost always back to baseline. It's called the hedonic treadmill, and it explains why chasing happiness itself never works long-term. Here's the reality. Happiness isn't a destination. It's a side effect of living in alignment with your values, making progress, building genuine relationships, and contributing something meaningful. When my business struggled early on, I kept saying, I'll be happy when I make $5,000 a month. Then it was $10,000, then $20,000. But every new number just moved the finish line. True happiness came when I stopped chasing it directly and focused on growing, connecting, and giving back. That's the self-improvement paradox. The less you chase happiness, the more it appears. Now, the most counterintuitive truth about self-improvement and success. Your brain isn't a perfectly logical, objective machine. Far from it. It's a pattern-matching system riddled with sneaky cognitive biases that quietly warp what you perceive as reality. Your brain runs on shortcuts, confirmation bias, the halo effect, loss aversion, and more. You're not seeing reality. You're seeing reality filtered by your beliefs, expectations, and fears. Here's a dose of truth. You judge everyone else by their actions, but you judge yourself by your good intentions. You probably think you're above average at most things. Statistically impossible, of course. All these biases aren't your fault. They're baked into your brain from millennia of evolution. But self-improvement begins when you simply notice them. Next time you feel absolutely certain you're right, pause and ask, which bias is running the show? That growing awareness is your self-improvement superpower. If you're still with me, take a second, hit like and drop a comment below. What's one time you were absolutely certain about something and then turned out to be wrong? Recognition is the first step in self-improvement, and maybe your story helps someone else see their own blind spots. Let's keep going. Here's the backwards law of effort. The harder you try to achieve certain things, the more they elude you. I've lived this. Ever tried to force yourself to fall asleep when you're stressed? The more you want it, the more awake you feel. It's the same with happiness, or making someone like you, or landing a job when you're desperate. When I pressured myself to land new clients, I came across as needy, and that repelled the very opportunities I wanted. The solution? Effort without attachment. Take action, but don't strangulate the outcome. Relaxed energy, not laziness, is magnetic to success. Self-improvement is about persistent action, but with open hands, not clenched fists. Probably the single biggest factor in your self-improvement journey is your environment, especially the people you surround yourself with. You're becoming the average of your 5 closest contacts, whether you like it or not. That's not just motivational fluff, it's neuroscience. Your brain is hardwired to mirror the attitudes, energy, and expectations of your circle. If your friends focus on growth, chances are you will too. But if they're comfortable in mediocrity, their comfort is contagious. You don't have to cut everyone out, but intentional self-improvement means intentionally choosing who gets your energy. Find communities that push you forward. Seek out mentors. Limit time with energy vampires, even if they're perfectly nice people. Your social environment is either lifting you up or quietly pulling you down. If you're enjoying this and getting real value out of these unconventional self-improvement truths, it means you're one of the rare ones willing to question how you see the world. Take a moment. If you haven't yet, hit like, subscribe, and join the conversation below. The more we learn together, the faster we grow. On we go. Did you know your brain literally washes itself during sleep? It weighs 3 pounds, burns 20% of your daily calories just by thinking, and needs regular cleaning. There's an entire process, cerebral spinal fluid rushing through your brain at night, scrubbing away metabolic waste. If you're sleep deprived, you're trying to run self-improvement software on hardware full of clutter. That's why you're foggy, not just tired. Respect your brain's cleaning crew. Self-improvement starts with a great night's sleep. Here's something even more humbling. 90% of your decisions aren't logical. They're made emotionally. The logical part of you shows up late to write a story that makes you feel smart. Your gut instinct about a person, a place, or an opportunity? That's your emotional mind processing microsignals way before logic can even catch up. But here's the catch. Your emotions are valuable data, not commands. The pause between feeling something and acting is actually your moment of power. Self-improvement means training yourself to recognize your emotions, respect the information they bring, but not let them run the whole show. And let's get real about your memories. Everything you remember isn't a recording. It's a story your brain rewrites each time you recall it. You're not remembering the thing. You're remembering your last memory of it, with new edits and embellishments thrown in. You're already the editor of your own life story. So in self-improvement, why not edit with intention? Highlight the strengths, the lessons, and the empowering moments. Your past becomes your teacher when you choose how to learn from it. This principle shows up everywhere. 20% of what you do generates 80% of your outcomes. That means most of what you spend time on every day is basically just noise. Focus on the high-impact parts of your life, those key habits, relationships, and skills that truly move the needle. Self-improvement is about identifying, and then doubling down on, the 20% that creates exponential returns. Let's talk habits. You don't really break bad habits because the cues and rewards are wired into your brain. but you can take the existing habit loop and swap out the routine for something healthier. Stressed? Instead of scrolling endlessly, do a set of push-ups. Self-improvement is about designing your autopilot, so your automatic behaviors align with your vision for your life. Upgrade the loop, and you upgrade yourself. Here's the most hopeful math in all of self-improvement. 1% better every day makes you 37 times better in a year. That's not motivational hype. That's compound interest for your habits. Results are invisible at first, but then they explode, seemingly overnight. Read 10 pages a day and you'll finish 12 books this year. Invest $5 a day and it multiplies. Move your body for 15 minutes a day and your health transforms. The secret isn't motivation, it's systems that keep you on the path, even when you're not feeling it. Self-improvement isn't grand gestures, it's the sum of thousands of small choices. Remember, you're not here to find yourself as if you're some hidden artifact. You create yourself, action by action, habit by habit, day by day. The ultimate self-improvement framework is this: accept what you can't control, almost everything, master what you can, your actions and reactions, and never stop compounding tiny improvements over time. Your destiny is built, not discovered. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of 99% of people on their self-improvement journey. Don't stop here. If you want to keep growing, check out the next video right here on the Growth Mindset Project. Watch it now, and make sure you hit that bell to never miss another simple, powerful insight.